Come on, boy, let's take a ride in my Volkswagen.
Hello and welcome to Too Old for This Shite. This week's show we're going to be talking about Wes Craven's Shocker, or as it's known in other circles, Shocker, and some other people call it Shocker. But yes, it's a film, 1989. My God, the facts are pouring out.
Wow.
But yeah, it came out in 1989, written and directed by Wes Craven, starring Skinner from The X-Files, otherwise known as Mitch Pileggi, who stars as a serial killer who's been, I can't remember what the serial killer's nickname is in the news, but he's basically been going on a rampage for like the best part of a year. Family killer, yeah. Breaking into people's homes when they're asleep and murdering the entire family. As they say in a lot of the fucking the exposition in the film is done via a newscast.
Which I suppose ties into the whole TV thing, doesn't it?
Yeah, nearly a little bit like The Dark Knight Returns, I think, as in like Frank Miller's Batman comic.
Okay.
There's bits and pieces like that. Whether it's kind of a homage to that, I don't know. But there is, like, at the start, they're like, oh, the killer's been on the loose. He seems really smart and really strong.
He's very
really handsome kind of guy.
Because he hasn't been caught yet.
Yeah.
But that just means your police force are a bit dumb.
Yeah, but the whole way through the movie as well, there's like the news jumps up kind of going like about the other main star is like the final boy in it.
Instead of the final girl.
Yeah, he's like a fucking...
Because I suppose the final girl is a ghost.
Yes.
Yeah.
But he's the antagonist, no, protagonist.
Yes, protagonist.
Yes, to Horace Pinker's antagonist. Jonathan, he's like a fucking college football player who seems to have his own apartment.
And his own fantastic 50s car and a waterbed. He's so cool.
His family get killed at the start of the movie because his dad is also the lead detective, or he might be the head of the police force.
That's been trying to track down the family killer. But yeah, the family killer basically wants to send a message to the detective, and he's like, I'll kill your family. So he kills his wife. And the football player is his sister, his
girlfriend,
and brother.
But
his sister and his brother.
Yeah, but he also his girlfriend though afterwards.
Yes, I know, but in
everyone
in a bit of a twist,
spoilers.
I suppose they're all
spoilers.
Like, Jesus Christ! In a bit of a twist, they're all like foster kids, which plays into the story quite a bit later on.
So you're derailing me from what I was saying about the news anchor, that he pops up at certain parts, kind of giving information about Jonathan, the football player. In the news, where he kind of like, Jesus Christ,
that's far too much information.
Where he's like, yes, kind of the burnout football player. He's the one who helped catch him because he dreamt all about it. So, like, before we go, it's basically fucking this guy. He's a serial killer. He gets caught. He gets executed. Turns into Freddy Krueger. Yeah. But he's like electric Freddy Krueger.
Yes,
he can travel through TV and things and possess people. I haven't seen a making. There's apparently a making of it out there. I think Scream Factory did a re-release of it on Blu-ray, so they're normally very good at doing making ofs and giving really good treatment to some of these films. But,
so maybe go and watch that rather than listen to this.
No, I think that we'd have to buy the fucking Blu-ray.
No, I'm saying for people, if it's really good, why are they listening to this?
We never get facts. We're not like fucking 40 minutes of facts. But all I'm saying is that there's not much out there on YouTube about it. Joe Blow has a good 10-minute piece on, but there's not really any kind of behind-the-scenes stuff other than what it seemed to be was that... oh God, I can't remember the name of it. The film company, they made this, They Live in Prince of Darkness. They were set up by that Supermensch guy. He was Alice Cooper's manager at the time, and the whole thing was he got
Wayne's World.
Yes, he got these guys involved, like Wes Craven, under the thing where you have complete and utter creative control. So Wes Craven wanted to remedy what he thought were the problems with Freddy Krueger, and he wanted to have control over it. So this is meant to be the first of a franchise with it.
clearly it did not turn into a franchise.
No, it didn't. It's not good. Nice, but it's not bad.
If I was being cruel, I could call it stinker instead of shocker.
It's actually so bad it's good. Yes. I think there's an awful lot wrong with this. There's an awful lot. If you only ever saw a Nightmare on Elm Street and Scream, and you were, excuse me, oh great, a Wes Craven movie. you would be fucking baffled.
You would never watch another Wes Craven movie again, I'd say.
Yeah, like the first half of the movie is dealing with the hunt for Horace Pinker, and there's like a cat and mouse thing going on between him and Jonathan. There's a lot of a Nightmare on Elm Street elements in it without the dream thing. That's not really explained.
It incorporates the whole dream thing because he dreams.
Yeah,
all the sort.
He's got a psychic link with Pinker, who turns out to be his father. His real father.
That's what I was saying. Yeah. That's why there was all that exposition about it being a foster family and all the rest. Because I was kind of like,
which is why would they say this on the news?
But that's it. It was like, he was beaten to a pulp and traumatized by his previous family, and the detective took him in with all of his other foster siblings and like gave him a great life. And the kid can't remember anything previously. So when Pinker is basically getting electrocuted, the electric chair and all that.
He's like, you shot me in the leg, you motherfucker.
Yeah, I bet the snot out of you and I killed your mammy. And then you decided you were going to be a brave boy and you shot me in the leg, and it's like, oh no, I'm a serial killer's son, oh no.
Yeah, and like, so the first half is kind of semi-serious. It's got a lot of the first Nightmare on Elm Street elements about it, and even like the dreams. Like there was a bit at the start of it where it's like, nearly like the kids in A Nightmare on Elm Street where you see him doing the 1-2, Freddy's coming for you, and they run across the street in the middle of the night and they disappear into like electric current or something.
Do you know, it actually looks like they turn into matchsticks.
Yeah, and you're kind of,
really weird.
What's going on? So I don't know if this, like Wes Craven had a lot of this, and if it's set in the same world as A Nightmare on Elm Street. So it was like, he's travelling through dreams. Then, like we were saying, your man's girlfriend gets killed and she keeps coming back in his dreams to kind of help him, basically. And then she shows up at one point and shoots a beam of light out through her chest at Pinker to get him out of a body. It's all over the fucking place. It's proper. It goes proper mental in the second half. After it turns into a very different film.
I think they tried to set it up being like, fucking right, everything must make sense and we'll have a reason for everything. So it's like Pinker is just this sadistic fucker. He just enjoys like killing people. That's his whole thing.
There is no backstory given whatsoever. Yeah.
And the reason why I suppose he manages to turn into electricity is just before he's brought out.
Deal with like. It seems to me like it's voodoo, but it's never clearly kind of done.
Well, I mean, I think it's meant to be like a satanic ritual because the priest comes to read him his last rites and he sees him like he's got like a pentagram of candles and he's like praying to the telly, basically.
But it's like these big lips come out of the TV in static and they kind of
They're like the Rocky Horror lips.
Yeah, they kind of go, okay, man. Like that, and you're like, what?
Where did this come from? Yeah. But that was their attempt, I think, at like setting it up like with a real, in quotes, realistic sort of reason for why this guy is able to like jump around through electricity and like inhabit other people's bodies. So yeah, he does a ritual and then the priest is like, oh my god, that's terrible, and he tries to kick it away, but it goes all badly wrong then, obviously, when he gets electrocuted. He starts possessing other people.
Yeah, it's a certain type of awful way. Well, no, it's actually... There's a lot of good things about the second half of the movie because it does just go mental. Because when he's possessing people, I suppose there's varying degrees of how good they are when they're possessed. The little girl that gets possessed is very funny because it's always funny watching kids swear anyway.
Yes.
But it's this little girl who he's chasing after in a park Horace Pinker has like a fucking limp. A limp, yeah. So from when he was shot by your man when he was a kid.
Everyone he possesses, then they're possessed because they start walking with a limp.
So like the little kid has a limp going along. She's like, you motherfucker, and all this. But there's all this shit going on in the park and no one seems to react. Like she starts driving a bulldozer to try and kill him. The cop that was possessed initially is running after him, just shooting wildly. He possesses some runner as well. It's all over the place. There was on one of the videos I saw someone compared it to Fallen, which I think Fallen might be up there like in the top 10 of my favourite horror movies. It's with Denzel Washington. It's a demonic serial killer movie.
You have an awful lot of favourite horror movies, in fairness.
I know, yes, but that's why I say in the top 10 now.
Well, I think your top 10 is actually like consists of about 50 films.
Yeah, but so what? I can't count. But there is a lot of similarities there, and someone's like, oh, maybe they copied Shocker. I don't fucking think so. Like, Fallen is a far better movie. It's far more serious. There's a lot more. There's no jumping through TV sets with it. We actually did a podcast about it. I'd say it might be still on our YouTube channel. We have a lot of our old podcasts up on YouTube. So if you're interested in listening to us whinge on about that, you'll find it there. But yeah, it's like the second half we were talking about with all the mental stuff. It's like when he's possessing people, it's a bit like, and then when he finds out that he can turn into static and go through the plug and the TV, when he gets sent through the TV near the end, when they're having like a fight near the like cable guy on top of like the dish, onto the satellite dish basically, and they're kind of fighting and falling around there. So he manages to get beamed out into like television land, I suppose, essentially. And it's this sort of slapstick thing where they kind of, I think fucking Supernatural actually did it quite well as well. If you remember, they had the fucking, I can't remember what the name of it was. It wasn't the French Connection, was it? Do you remember how they ended up being on loads of different TV shows? Yeah, vaguely.
Yeah, this is kind of like this. It's kind of like they end up fighting and they fight their way through loads of different things. It's like a World War II
it's
movie,
very corny, but it's done well.
And
Leave It to Beaver, Frankenstein as well.
Yeah,
and like the fucking that famous picture of the nuclear bombing or the atomic bombing blown up in the.
And of course it was
Nevada, where they?
That, and they had the fucking what was the Goodyear blimp? No, what was it? The blimp that went down?
It's the one on the front of Led Zeppelin.
The Humanity, yes.
That's done quite well, but it's the tone shift from the first.
It turns very much like fucking park comedy kind of a thing. That's what it turns into. And it's like Benny Hill. Yeah,
and there's a lot of like quips and one-liners from like, I mean, Horace Pinker turns into someone who at the start of it's like very much serial killer.
He's very creepy serial killer. Yeah. Very intimidating. Yeah. And then he just turns into like a sweaty fucking clown.
And then he's like, want to go for a ride in my Volkswagen? There's an awful lot. It's like they might have been whereas the whole thing was fucking Wes Craven was saying he wanted to get away from Freddy. He wasn't happy with the Nightmare on Elm Street sequels, but yet the second half of the film feels like a Nightmare on Elm Street sequel. It's very much like the way Freddy developed from being like in the first one,
sinister child molester.
He was a paedophile. And then like in the second and the third, they were always child killer.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's still bad, but like he was worse. He did worse things to kids, like, you know, as well as killing them. Like,
but he did. He turned into kind of a comedy relief kind of a villain.
So I think somehow they thought, oh well, we can make Freddy more acceptable if he wasn't a paedophile and just murdered kids.
Yeah, that's okay. You don't mind killing. It's just the molesting we don't like.
Yeah, and I don't like the whole stuff with Pinker in this is very Freddy like. It's nearly like welcome to prime time, bitch.
He does. He like, I mean, honest to God, for someone like Skinner from X-Files, like we'd seen seen X-Files.
I saw this before.
I did not see this before X-Files. I saw this after it.
I would have actually seen this when it came out in video.
God.
So I don't know if it came out in video in 89 or 1990. Like if there was, I think it got a cinema release, but like obviously not over here. I remember it being in the cinema.
But it was like, you kind of, Skinner is this very serious, very kind of dour character in X-Files. So when I realised it was him, I was like, oh, he's going to be like a kind of a sinister serial killer. And then he just starts chewing the fucking scenery. And like he's literally like bug-eyed and sweaty and like fucking cackling and just wild. I'd say he probably had a great time doing it in fairness. But it's sort of it's not what you're expecting from Mitch Pileggi in fairness. The
best scene in it is when
was he in Millennium as well?
He might have popped up in it. Yeah. Oh, there was like a crossover. I think it was, they never had a crossover in the X-Files with, or well, in Millennium with the X-Files, but in the X-Files they had 1 or 2 episodes, I think, with Frank Black showed up in it. But the best scene, I think, and probably one of the greatest possession scenes ever captured on celluloid was with the electric fucking lazy boy.
Again, totally unexpected and just ended up being total comedy.
He possesses a chair and it's like the arm starts strangling him, and then it goes up in the top and there is these two big googly eyes.
Yeah, it's like where the buttons of the pleather would have been stitched to it, and the buttons just basically turn into these big wild eyes, and it's like meh.
Yeah, and this fight scene goes on for maybe 5 minutes. It's not a short thing. This is
chair versus man.
Yeah. And I think this is one of the problems with the film, that there is no consistency.
Yeah, that was actually it was very inventive, and it was very fucking hilarious. And
it's good. It's entertaining.
It was ridiculous, but the special effects were actually disturbingly well done. Yeah. It actually did look like there was a man fucking possessing the chair and just creeping out of it.
Well, the whole thing as well would have, from the one fact that I did see was like the guy who was in charge of the FX and it fucked off before the film was made, so they had 2 weeks to hire in other people to get all the effects done really quick. So that's kind of impressive with some of the things. The bit where they're going through the TV channels at the end in the different bits and pieces, like with Frankenstein and all that, it's actually done very well.
Very well, yeah. They match them to the look of the original film like, superbly.
Better than Forrest Gump, I dare say. I guess I would challenge anyone that this is a better movie than Forrest Gump.
Yeah, I've only ever watched Forrest Gump the once.
I only saw it in the cinema.
I was like, I don't know why everyone thought it was so brilliant.
Jenny has AIDS.
Forrest.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. What a quotable
And then
film.
she sleep with him then after she got AIDS.
I think so.
She gave him a pity fuck.
Horrible in general, yeah.
Yeah.
That was it, yeah.
Captain Dan. I wonder if he gave Captain Dan AIDS. Was Captain Dan still alive in it at the end?
I can't remember the storyline of it, good, better and different.
His friend Bubba, did they set up the shrimp thing together? Or did Bubba get killed and then Forrest Gump set it up?
I do not know.
I can't remember. There's so much I can't remember, and I'm never going to go back looking at it because
it's just not a film that resonates with either of us.
Yeah. But a film that did resonate on electrical levels. It was a shocker. But what did you think of it overall, looking at it?
It was absolutely outrageously hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, kind of schlock horror. And at the start, it starts getting set up like your typical 80s horror, where it's like, it does get very sinister and creepy, like, fairly early on. And it is, you're kind of thinking, oh my god, it's like Son of Sam, and it's like all of these sort of like serial killers that are around back then, and you know, it's going to be about like trying to track him down, and your man is going to be horrendous. And then like, it just turns into, I'm trying to think what he actually reminds me of. It's almost like fucking Captain Spaulding or something like that. He just turns into like, you know, he's like this sinister creeper, and then all of a sudden when he's caught, he's just kind of like, hey, fuck you all, I fucking eat your fucking brains out, you little fucking dickhead.
Because I remember when they caught him, when they find where he's basically workplace is, they go in, and it's a bit like Seven nearly, but it like turns into this death kind of trap where I have a funny feeling because Wes Craven said there was a lot of stuff cut out. There's a lot of deaths happen there, but you don't see any of them, and it only focuses on one. I would imagine that scene was a lot longer originally.
Like, I mean, they went to so much effort as well, because like, this guy is basically a TV repairman, right? Yeah. And the thing on his van is like, oh, I'll repair TVs in your own home kind of thing. But yet in his workshop, he's got like fucking 5,000 television screens, and they're all turned on. So it's kind of like, A,
his electricity bill must be very high,
Yes, and B, I'm kind of like, well, if all these televisions are fixed and they're on, why aren't you giving them back to their owners? Like, what's the fucking story?
Because he probably murdered them. He's probably collecting them from people that he killed.
TV trophies.
And it's probably this thing that there's probably a lot more people that he's killed over the years than just these families. He's probably been doing it for a very long time. But that scene in there, because he kills he kills a couple of policemen. But it's like But
there's such attention to detail in it as well, because like on all the TV screens it keeps cut between these different things, and like,
it's all like Vietnam War
it's like
stuff,
skulls, and then it's Ku Klux Klan, and then it's war stuff. So it's all this real sinister
evil
fucking
stuff.
Death kind of, you know.
And as well, they kind of allude to that he was doing rituals in there, and like you get to see like it's meant to be a dead cat nailed to a door, and they're awful.
My God, there's loads of mummified cats and all the rest, but we actually have to pause it and go back to look at one of the cats that was nailed upside down to a door, because it was fucking, I can't even think, it was like a Muppet or something like that.
Yeah,
hilarious,
it was pretty
Muppet.
bad. See, this is I think what happened. There was like good intention behind it, but there's certain bits like that. Some of the effects let it down as well. The inconsistency with the story. There was like, it's like Wes Craven had a universe developed in his head, or world building in his head, but he didn't adequately get it across that you don't know, like, where is he getting his powers from? Why does he have this power? Then why does this power happen? Why is, there's a lot of different stuff going on.
I think they did try at the start. This guy was just pure evil in general. He was beating the snot out of his wife and his kids, and then when he was caught and when he was like, okay, I'm going to the chair, he's like, well, fuck you, so I'm going to do a satanic ritual.
But you know the way sometimes there's a bit of world building, like with it, where you kind of go, oh, he's worshipping this demon, or even just he's worshipping the devil. He's done a deal with the devil, we're killing people. Not that you need to know all that, but like it can be alluded to instead of, because it's so weird. You kind of go, and then like with the dreams, like the dreams, it's Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah,
I think originally it was going to be called the Dream Stalker.
Oh, okay.
He wanted it, so you're kind of going, you're directly kind of like, I do think he was probably pissed off by the success that Nightmare on Elm Street was happening, or maybe he just wasn't happy with the way that it was after developing, and he wanted to kind of get control back of it, and probably thought that, oh, maybe if I do this, it'll be more successful than. And people are kind of. I mean, like, Freddy was a one-off.
As I keep saying, he did try to establish like reasons for everything. It's like, why was this one random fucking football player having all the dreams of the guy? I was like, because it turns out it's actually his dad.
Oh yeah. Foster, but you don't get like, why does he? He gets a concussion, and then it's kind of, oh, he got a concussion, and this is how he can do it. But anytime he goes to sleep, like, at least with a Nightmare on Elm Street, you have Freddy's a dream demon. So he's trying to kill them in their dreams when they go into their dreams, and it's this whole thing about having power in your own dreams and all that. Whereas in this, it's like, why does he have access to? And there's a lot of Nightmare on Elm Street stuff going on, like I was saying with the kids in the dream. There's bits and pieces when he's asleep, where it's like Wes Craven's dream logic, whereas I kind of think he thinks, oh, people know, I know this in my head.
So obviously everybody else does, But it's something I was kind of like cackling about to myself as well, is like any film that has like a sort of a MacGuffin, like say, an amulet or something like that. It's always like really fucking horrendously tacky and gaudy. Like, I mean,
and it's just like the heart necklace.
That's it. Was like Evil Dead, sort of. I think fucking Sam Raimi was like, we just found the most tackiest and most god awful.
But they didn't do it.
Necklace.
They had, I think it was, they knew what they wanted for it, and they forgot, and they were after going like fucking out in the middle of nowhere to shoot this, so they went down to the local shop. And it was like, oh, just fucking get that
and
necklace.
It's like this,
and then that became the thing for like 3 movies.
It's like this ugly, gaudy fucking... In Shocker, it's like this ugly, gaudy heart.
I think it was originally, there was a ring they were going to use, which when you look at the Evil Dead, you kind of go, why isn't it a ring?
But in this one, as I said, it is this big tacky like gold love heart that like she's like, oh, I love it so much, and like, oh,
but even that doesn't make any sense.
But,
where it's like, oh, the love heart gets rid of.
Yeah, it's like her love is pure enough that it'll cancel out evil or something like that.
She's very annoying as well.
She's too like mopey and fucking wistful and stuff.
And
I suppose she is dead, in fairness, and she'd get killed by a serial killer.
Yeah,
I'd
but
be mopey.
It's just the way she's like, not even mopey. She's just kind of like, oh.
Yeah, she's kind of like the good fucking fairy godmother kind of thing, and she keeps turning up like, oh,
and every time she shows up, he's like running away from her in his dreams, and it's like, you keep meeting her. There is a very fucking MacGruber. He bangs her on the side of a lake in his dreams when she's dead, and all the other victims of your man Pinker show up all around him as like ghosts, watching, and they're like, you better wake up, and
he's coming for you.
And it's just like, why would you do that now? It's just like, why would you do it anyway?
Well, first of all, he was like, oh my god, it's so great that you came back to help me. Then he's like, I'll bang you. And then after that, he's kind of like, please leave me alone, you're dead. Go away. He's like, oh, you got your hole in, did you?
That's it. He was like, oh, it wasn't as good as I thought it would be.
It's fine. But like, I mean, there's a part in it as well. He manages to lose the necklace, the amulet, in a lake. And he has to go back out and try and find it, but he chooses like to go out in the middle of the night when it's freezing cold, and like the actor is clearly frozen, fucking solid as well.
It's a real lake. It's not.
It's not like kind of an indoor kind of a
heated fucking swimming pool or something.
On a stage or sound stage or something like that. But this poor fella just like wades out and like instantly dies underwater and like comes back up and it's like you can tell he's just like.
Well, that's one thing I do think on a plus side to the film as well. Like actually, the more we talk about it, it's just I think if it was maybe 20 minutes shorter. It would have been better to have a lot more because there's a lot of kind of like we're laughing about bits, but there's a lot of kind of lull moments in it where like not much happens for like 10 minutes where it's just like like talking to the detective going, God damn it, I'm the cop here, you don't do it. It's my job. And you're kind of alright, yeah. And then it's there's a lot of bits like that where you kind of go, oh God, just fucking get back to it. But I was saying plus side, the actors are very good in it.
Yeah. In general, across the board, they are. Like, I mean, and Theodore Raimi shows up.
Yes, he's not Ted Raimi in this. He's
Theodore Raimi shows up as like the assistant coach, and coach, of course, is very like come on, we work together as a team. We all stand by each other, and then everybody just ends up dead, horrifically dead, murdered to death.
But it's like I don't get the relationship that the coach and the football team have. Like I've never been part of a semi-professional sports team, so I don't know if they all break in and basically cause a massive blackout in the power station at the end because he's like, I'm going to trap this fucking
please cut the power
guy that's travelling through TVs, and they're like, okay, we'll help you, we believe you. And they just break in and they fucking
shut down.
Now it takes one fella like 10 minutes to pick a lock, and like we mean 10 minutes in real time, where you're just like, what the fuck is going on here? But he's good. The dad, who's the detective, Michael Murphy, is very good in that.
He's hilarious though, because he's very much like he's just lost his wife and his children, and he's just chewing cigarettes the whole time, like basically. And like anytime the young fella asks him that, and he's like, "Shut up! Stop talking about things. Just keep your nose out."
Well, as well, when they do eventually capture your man, and they're like, "He's going to fry for this." And fucking the son is like, I want to be there. I want to see it. I've earned it. And he's like, yeah. And he's like, yeah, maybe I should be there too. He did kill my wife. And you're just like, what the fuck? It's like, he doesn't really seem too caught up about it. There's no revenge from him.
No, he's just like, oh, well, my wife is dead. Oh, move on. I'm still a detective. That's what matters the most.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, my men keep getting killed.
But it just seems to be one cigarette after another as well. It's like good old 80s where you could actually smoke in a film.
You probably wouldn't get away with that. Although I don't know if you would get away with. Do people smoke in movies anymore?
I don't know.
Yeah. But like one of the things as well, I will say about I kind of trying to, because I don't mean it to come across as kind of crappy as it's going to come across, but I think Wes Craven to a certain degree gets like a little bit overhyped. Like you look back at his film career and there's probably more kind of duds than there are great movies. Like Last House on the Left, I don't think that's a good movie.
Hills of Eyes.
It was horrible. The Hills of Eyes is good. But like there is an awful lot of kind of, but like Swamp Thing is fucking desperate. I've never seen Invitation to Hell. The Hills of Eyes 2 is not good. A Nightmare on Elm Street is obviously a standout movie.
Hey, what's Chiller, by the way? I just see Chiller. Seems like Chiller. Shocking.
Chiller is awful. Okay. I remember seeing that when I was younger. Deadly Friend is just mental. The effects are terrible in it though. It's about a girl who's basically a killer robot underneath.
Oh, cool.
It's Serpent on the Rainbow. Very good movie. I think Surfing on the Rainbow is very underrated. People Under the Stairs, never liked it. Some people love it. I don't really get it.
And of course you have all the Screams then.
Yeah, but like when you have Vampire in Brooklyn with Eddie Murphy, which is shit. Scream is good. Scream 2 I don't think is very good. And Scream 3 I think Scream, the only first Scream was good. I think maybe the last Scream was okay as well. Scream 6 or 7, I don't fucking know what one it's up to now. There's so many of
them at this stage, they all blend in together.
But like you have Curse, which is awful as well. Red Eye is not good. My Soul to Take is fucking... I
don't remember that.
I seem to remember fucking... It's something to do with fucking... I think people that have like a near-death experience or fucking something... But I have a quick read at the. A serial killer returns to his hometown to stalk 7 children who share the same birthday as he. I vaguely remember, but it was awful.
If you say so.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was terrible. Like, you know, so like he doesn't have a massive list of great films. By all accounts, he seems to be a really, really nice guy, very smart man. You can't. Nightmare on Elm Street will always be a classic in Scream.
Yeah,
so for anyone to come up with two, but you compare, I think, his list of work to someone like John Carpenter.
Yeah.
Who John Carpenter people. I don't know. Well, John Carpenter is always going to be remembered widely for Halloween. But like John Carpenter, I don't think had a bad movie up until maybe fucking what was that
Mars thing?
Yeah, Ghosts of Mars, and then I can never remember it, but it was his last movie with the one that was with Johnny Depp. God, what was her name? Amber Heard. Yeah, in an asylum. Which was like, I don't know, might go back and look
Shutter Island?
No, it wasn't Shutter Island.
Jesus
I think it came out around the
Christ.
same time as Shutter Island. But it was fairly bad. I don't know, we could look at it again now and kind of go, actually, it wasn't
Not
as
too
bad. Because there might have been that expectation of it being a John Carpenter movie. It'd be something else than it actually was. But like John Carpenter, I think, has probably nearly out of any director. Maybe up there with Steven Spielberg. Hit after fucking hit. Even though they weren't commercial hits at the time.
Critically acclaimed.
Yeah, like The Thing, I think has to be one of the greatest horror movies of all time, sci-fi movies of all time. The Fog is great. It's a great ghost story. But he kind of like, this is not to say that Wes Craven is a bad director. I don't think he is at all, but I think he's just done a lot of mid films, and Shocker is definitely a mid film. It's a film that had a lot of potential. I think if he kind of was a little bit clearer, maybe going in directing it, saying that it was going to be like serious the whole way through, nearly like the way Nightmare on Elm Street was, like the first half of the movie, or else just going into, I think it would have been better. It was just like, we're going to have like fucking loads of fun with this, and make it
like
silly
a
and over.
Gremlins kind of a thing,
From the very start.
from the get-go.
Yeah, because the start drags a little bit too much. It's like 45 minutes, nearly an hour before it gets into the mad shit. Yeah. And then when the mad shit comes along, you're kind of, it kind of nearly go, and the music changes. The music gets sillier as well. So you're just kind of,
very big tone change.
It is a little bit, even after seeing it like numerous times before, it's still rewatching it. It was a bit kind of, what? Why? With it. But would you watch it again?
I would, but not immediately, obviously. You need to leave it a little while. And it is very much a film that you watch with a few beers.
Yeah, but we were laughing a lot of it. We were like taking the piss out of it. Like, normally I would be like, fucking shut up, Laura, stop talking, kind of watching this. But it was very funny, some of the bits in it, like, especially stuff like with the chair where you just have to go fucking.
And there was an awful lot actually that were like, fucking rewind that. Did I just see that? Like, you know, as I said, with the cat nailed to the door and stuff like that, it was very much like, we have to go back and have a look at this, and it's just like this fucking terribly fucking taxidermy Garfield kind of thing, you know?
Now, if it was intentional, because I think that there is large parts that were intentionally funny, where you go, but I do think that there's a lot of stuff in it as well.
I think that was probably intentionally funny, because they're probably like, look, we don't want to actually like scarify people with like this a realistic dead cat. Like, people would be very upset seeing that, especially when the next one is like a fucking sofa coming to life.
Well, it's known about like that the special effects guy was struggling and basically just fucked off. That you do kind of go, like, if the special effects were a bit better in it, if they can get cut as much with stuff, if there was more gore in it. And in
fairness, there is a bit of gore. Like, I mean, say at the start when they're at Pinker's, like fucking TV repair hut, and there's like fucking, it's just like pools of blood start seeping out.
But they don't show them like cutting the people open or.
You want to see that?
Yeah, you know, it's not like
the sadist.
Yeah, it's not like the Devil's Rejects, or you know.
Yeah, it's not shown, which is probably like, I mean, I kind of prefer films like that where it's up to your own imagination.
It doesn't bother me, but like I think it could have been a different. Like, if you saw him murdering families, you'd kind of go, fuck, this guy is like, he's great.
The thing do show him terrorising families as well, and he's like, he doesn't balk at like murdering children as well. So
Yeah,
he's proper
but
evil.
yeah, but you know, there's that different thing, like we were talking about last week with it, where it's sometimes if you show and don't tell in films, you kind of go, oh, fuck, you know.
So yeah, don't show, you tell. What?
No, you show, you don't tell.
Okay.
Well,
all right.
Like, sure, isn't that a thing in, like, in movies? It's meant to be, like, making it's the same with, like, you know, paintings and things.
Oh, it is,
where it's, you know,
A picture paints 1,000 words, essentially, yes. To get the exposition out. But yeah, so would you watch it again? Yeah,
well, like, I mean, this is probably my 5th or 6th time watching it in my life. I keep misremembering things, because I'd love that there has to be a film out there where a guy gets the electric chair and how he survives it is by ingesting rattlesnake venom. Because I was convinced that's how he survives in this. That he did like black magic and he took rattlesnake venom.
I'll have to have a look.
I have a funny feeling it might be the first power. But I think in the first power he just solely sold to Satan, and then he was like, he came back and he was possessing people again. We might watch that next week actually, because it's very similar to, but it's got Lou Diamond Phillips in it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Perfecto.
With it, and I remember the trailer for that is very cool.
Cool.
Like, yeah.
Very
Or it's
cool.
like he gets different powers after killing people, and it's like, oh, now he can fly.
Oh, so it's like Sylar out of Heroes.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Ah, okay. Whatever happened to Heroes? It just really petered out, didn't it?
Yeah, season 2 was good. Season 3, I don't know. I don't even think we looked at season 3.
Because like fucking everyone was all about Heroes and was like, oh my god, Sylar.
And your man that plays Sylar is meant to be an absolute cunt in real life.
Is he?
That's why he hasn't been in many things. Apparently, like, he's like meant to be awful towards people in restaurants and stuff. So Reddit says, allegedly, that it's like, he's like, do you know who I am? I'm Sylar from
from 20 years ago. Yeah. This one show that.
But like the first season of Heroes was terrible, really. It was like building up for everything. Remember, it kept saved a cheerleader, and it was bringing them all together a little bit like The Stand.
And poor old fat Keanu Reeves as well. Everyone used to call him that, and it's like, he's not that. He's just like Big Bond.
Yeah, he was a bit annoying in it though. Like, not the actor, the character.
All were
like,
a bit annoying though, weren't they?
Apart from Hero, I think everyone liked Hero and Sylar. I think that was the unintentional thing. That was like Sylar was meant to be the villain in it, but then in season 2, I think they kind of turned him into a bit of the hero because, and as well the guy that was hunting him, the detective. Fella, he was meant to be the bad guy in it, but he was just really likable. He always reminded me of David Wallace.
Wasn't fucking, who was it? Oh, it wasn't David. What was his name? Fucking hell, and he was in The Office as well as fucking the senator. That was him, wasn't it?
Yeah. The senator in The Office. Yeah, that was him. Yeah. Because I was trying to. Yeah, he was in something where he was gay, and I was like, oh yeah, sure, it was The Office.
That's what it was. Yeah, he was a senator, married to Angela.
Yeah,
has the beard.
But before we go, we have to talk about the soundtrack. This is how I came along with it being a Wes Craven movie. Of course, like anyone like who was around in the 80s, you got to know what horror movies are. The trailers were a big thing. So if you were getting like fucking horror movies, renting them out,
there was like, oh, I must watch this.
Probably about 5 or 6 trailers at the start. And I think the people that used to compose trailers in the 80s were masters of
subterfuge.
Yeah.
A lot of this film is brilliant, and then you watch it and you're like, no,
and you're like, what the fuck?
This wasn't even in the film, and how is it in the trailer?
But the trailer for this was where you're like, oh my god, and it had like heavy metal soundtrack. But the soundtrack too had like the Dudes of Rat, which were like a super group. I don't know if they were like just put together for shock or what, but it was like Paul Stanley was singing in it. I think someone from Van Halen might have been it. Fucking Tommy Lee was on drums. And like Megadeth was after. Like, I was a fan of Megadeth around the time, and they did a cover of Alice Cooper's No More Mr. Nice Guy, which they did a music video for, which was put out. I can't remember. I'm fairly sure it was that music video that Dave Mustaine was so strung out that they had to hold him up. It was either that or the "Hello Me, It's Me, the Real Me," the Sharky and George song.
Yes.
But yeah, the soundtrack really made. But there's not enough metal throughout it or rock. Yeah. There's a lot of. It sounds like the music from A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3. You know,
it sounds like what? Do you remember fucking
Charlie
the cat?
Yeah. Charlie says, "Don't do cocaine when you're crossing the road."
Yes.
But it's irritating. The actual soundtrack itself is very annoying, very grating, I think, and takes you out of the film. I think if the soundtrack was changed,
it might be a bit better.
Yeah, I think it would have a massive impact on the film. Where you'd be like,
I still think if they put the old Betty Hill fucking theme tune on when they're going through the television scenes and all, there's
no, the heavy metal with that.
But yes, shocker.
But yeah, the soundtrack. Just wanted to say that was a big selling point for it, and something that a lot of people will go, oh yeah, it's a heavy metal sound, but you don't hear much of it through the film, unfortunately. But yeah,
shocker.
Yeah,
watch it for Halloween.
Yeah, I don't know why we say to people that if people have listened to the whole way through and we're like, oh, go and watch this. And
yeah,
it's like,
now that we spoiled it,
you obviously
ruined
watched it, or else maybe you're just like, oh, see what these stupid bastards have to say about a film that no one cares about, like that made 40 years ago.
It would be a very good Halloween night film where you just sit with your popcorn and your beer and you scare kids at the door.
It was good fun. Like, I mean, it's a bad film, but it's good fun to watch. It's very good fun to watch. There was something just very endearing about it. It's got something special about, and that's probably Wes Craven's thing. Like with a lot of those films that he did make that weren't great, there was something special about it. There was some hook to it. Like the guy always had a hook.
Yes. Or a claw for a hand.
Yes, just like in I Know What You Did Last Summer. But yeah. It's worth watching even just for Mitch Pileggi just being a fucking sweaty. Mitch Pileggi is amazing in it. He is. It's a shame that it didn't get the sequel treatment because I think even like a Nightmare on Elm Street, I won't really. I think I've looked at Nightmare on Elm Street 3 way more than I've looked at Nightmare on Elm Street 1. Even though Nightmare on Elm Street 1 is a classic, I think 3 is probably a better movie. It's more entertaining. There's more in it, and I think there was a lot of horror sequels in the 80s and 90s that were maybe better than the first one, even because they just went over the top. It's nearly like the Aliens treatment to Alien with a lot of the movies that came out, and where it just had that bombastic thing, and like it would have been interesting to see where they probably would have went with this.
Fucking more bombastic than this.
Wow. Yeah, that's what and like probably more money as well would have went into it. But yeah, look, that was shocker. Come back next week. You better come back now. But yeah, we'll be back next week with more horror movies. We're going to be doing horror movies right through October. Until November. Yeah.
And what happens in November?
November is going to be sci-fi month, I think.
And then December, Christmas movies?
Yeah, maybe. yeah, of course. Yeah. Right. What Christmas movies would you do? National Lampoons, which we've done on every podcast that we've ever done.
Have we done?
Yeah, I don't think there's much else to say about it. But yeah, look, until next week.
Shocker.
Yeah, take care. Goodbye. Love you.